Hey there and welcome to Scandal Steep. Shannon Sharpe, the former NFL Hall of Famer turned outspoken sports commentator and beloved media personality, now finds himself at the center of a legal and media storm that has rocked both the sports and entertainment worlds. A woman he met in 2023 has filed a $50 million civil lawsuit against him, accusing him of emotional abuse, sexual assault, and threats. Once known as the charismatic and unapologetically candid host of shows like Club Shay and ESPN's First Take, Sharpe is now being scrutinized in a very different light this time, under the harsh glare of controversy and serious allegations. Sharpe, who has since stepped away from his TV duties amid growing public attention, maintains that he will defend himself vigorously. "This isn't right," he said in a public statement. "I'm going to be open and honest." But even with that declaration, the details emerging from the lawsuit have created a tidal wave of speculation and concern. What started out as a seemingly routine week for the sports icon suddenly turned chaotic when a woman, identified only as Jane Doe in legal filings, filed a civil suit in Clark County, Nevada. The complaint alleges multiple instances of sexual assault and emotional abuse. She claims the abuse began in October 2024 and continued into January 2025. According to the documents, their relationship began innocently enough after meeting at a gym in Los Angeles. But over time, she says, Sharpe's behavior became manipulative, controlling, and eventually violent. Jane Doe claims she initially believed they were building a relationship, but it quickly devolved into a toxic situation filled with volatility and intimidation. She accuses Sharpe of recording intimate encounters without her knowledge or consent, threatening her with violence during arguments, and even finding ways to enter her apartment complex uninvited. She says that any time she challenged him, particularly about infidelity, his reaction would spiral into rage. The woman's attorney, Tony Busby, is no stranger to high-profile cases. He previously made headlines for representing alleged victims in lawsuits involving major celebrities like Sean Diddy Combs, and even filing actions against Jay-Z. Busby released a public statement describing his client as a brave woman seeking justice despite the immense power and influence of the man she's accusing. According to the lawsuit, one particularly disturbing incident occurred in October 2024. The woman alleges that Sharpe took her car and drove her back to her own apartment, where he then forced himself on her. She claims he ignored her pleas and physically dominated her, at one point grabbing her head and telling her to "Look at this, look at my arm, I've got chills. That's how good this is." She also claims he refused to use protection during their encounters, ignoring her objections. In January 2025, another troubling incident allegedly occurred. Sharpe supposedly visited her apartment under the pretense of delivering a combined Christmas and birthday gift, only for the visit to turn into another traumatic event. The woman alleges that he again sexually assaulted her and refused her requests for protection. Sharpe, through his legal team, has denied all accusations and insists the allegations are false. His lawyer, Lanny Davis, released a statement asserting that these claims are fabricated and that Sharpe will fight them with real evidence, not speculation. Davis added that attempts were made to settle the matter privately, not as an admission of guilt, but as an effort to avoid unnecessary drama and to protect Sharpe's career and loved ones. Reportedly, Sharpe offered a financial settlement of around $10 million before the case escalated to a formal lawsuit, but Jane Doe rejected the offer. Sharpe has also pushed back on the narrative being portrayed in the media. He alleges that attorney Tony Busby is attempting to manipulate public opinion and has plans to release a selectively edited video clip to frame him in the worst light possible. According to Sharpe, the full recording, which he claims is around 10 minutes long, would provide important context and possibly disprove the allegations. "Instead of your edited version, put the full video out," Sharpe challenged Busby. "I don't have it, or I would." To support his defense, Sharpe's camp released a series of text messages exchanged between him and the woman. In some of those messages, she allegedly made racially explicit and sexually graphic comments at his, prompting communications that he believes will shed light on the nature of their relationship. Still, the controversy intensified when Jane Doe's legal team released audio recordings, allegedly capturing Sharpe threatening her during heated phone calls. In one clip obtained by TMZ, Sharpe is heard saying, "If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the S out of you when I see you." She responded by expressing fear, telling him she didn't want to be choked. His chilling reply, "You do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter." Sharpe's attorney countered by claiming the audio was taken out of context and was part of role-play between consenting adults. "He didn't mean those words literally," Davis stated. "They were spoken during an argument in the heat of the moment." But the woman's team remains adamant. They've claimed that the recordings, messages, and video footage are more than enough to show a disturbing pattern of abusive behavior. Busby emphasized the importance of holding powerful figures accountable, stating that fame and fortune shouldn't shield anyone from consequences. "This lawsuit is about justice," he said, "not intimidation." Meanwhile, public reaction to the case has been overwhelming, with debates erupting across social media platforms and sports talk circles. Fans, journalists, and even Sharpe's peers have struggled to reconcile the allegations with the man they've admired for years. Known for his larger-than-life personality and no-holds-barred commentary, Sharpe is now facing a level of scrutiny unlike anything he's encountered during his career. As the backlash grew, ESPN confirmed it was placing Sharpe on a temporary suspension from First Take, citing the growing distraction the controversy was causing. Media Takeout reported that ESPN executives were less concerned about Sharpe's innocence or guilt at this stage and more focused on the potential damage to the network's image. Insiders revealed that the network informed key staff members quietly, and Sharpe was expected to step away until further notice. Ironically, the timing couldn't have been worse. Just before the lawsuit broke, Sharpe was reportedly finalizing a lucrative expansion deal for his club's Shay podcast empire. With this scandal hanging over his head, that deal is now at risk of being postponed or possibly scrapped altogether. In a written statement, Sharpe acknowledged the situation, saying, "I'll be stepping away to devote this time to my family and to respond to these false and damaging accusations." He also expressed gratitude to his fans, family, and colleagues for their continued support during what he described as a deeply troubling time. Yet, as the dust continues to swirl, many are beginning to wonder, was this controversy a sudden explosion or simply the inevitable result of unresolved past allegations and mounting personal tensions?